At this point, teams are preparing their draft boards, and they should almost be finalized.
Yeah, they're done by now.
They're done by now. How did you prepare your board?
Well, we prepared our board by round vertically and by position horizontally. So the first round was at the top of the board, and then we had letters and numbers on everyone's card so that if you walked into our draft room and looked at the card, it would tell you exactly what the player was. So we started with a letter which would tell you whether the player was deficient or not. So if he was deficient in speed, he would have an S. If he was deficient in body bulk, he would have a B. If he was deficient in terms of football intelligence, he might have an M. If there were character issues, it was a C. And then we had a number which indicated what the player's grade was given by the scout. So if he was a first-round guy, it would be a 1.1, let's say, or a 1.2. If he were later in the first round, he would be a 1.8 or a 1.9. And then finally, we had letters and grades that indicated where he was medically. So if he had an X, that meant there was a medical issue, and then he could be 2.0, 2.5, 2.75. The higher you got, the more the risk.
Now, is this system universal? Or
no, it's Dom Neely, our great
room?
personnel director, and I developed it over a course of years.
All right, so let's talk about how some players might grade. Johnny Manziel, how does he grade out in your system? Well,
Johnny is a B because he doesn't have the bulk, and he's an X because he's too short for the position. He's blue. There's a color designation for pure talent, so he's blue. That's the top designation. Blue, red, and purple are the designations. And he probably would be a 1.9 or so at the bottom of the first round because you want blues in the first round. But he's got a small C, by the way. There's a little bit of a dust up in his background for character. So he's got 3 letters on him, which you'd say, well, do we want a guy with 3 letters in the first round? Probably not.
All right, how about a player like Sammy Watkins?
Well, Sammy Watkins is relatively clean. He's what we call a clean wide receiver. First of all, he's height, weight, and speed, no deficiencies there at all. Had a little bit of a dust up as a sophomore, so he's a small C. Medically, he's fine. There's no history there. He's a blue talent. And the grade was probably going to be in the 1.2, 1.3 range. So he'd be way up at the top. And what this tells you is, Dom always used to say, and we told our scouts, let the board talk to you. The board will talk to you. What it tells you is you got to take Sammy Watkins before you take Johnny.
Let the board talk to you.
Yes.
I like that.